Hello students, how are you? I hope all of you are safe at home. Okay, let's start the chapter Semiconductor Devices. What are semiconductor devices? Semiconductors have much higher resistivity than metals. Their temperature coefficient of resistivity alpha is both negative and high. They have considerably lower number of density of charge carriers than metals. Semiconductors may be the element like silicon, germanium, and compound GaAs, CDS, etc. Energy bind in solids. In an isolated atom, the electrons occupy well-defined discrete energy levels. In an isolated atom, the electrons occupy well-defined discrete energy levels. But due to interatomic interactions in a crystal, the electrons of the outer shells are forced to have energies different from those in isolated atoms. Each energy level splits into a number of energy levels, forming a continuous band. An enormously large number of energy levels closely separated in a very small energy and constitute an energy band. The allowed energy bands are separated by regions in which the energy levels cannot exist. These forbidden regions are called band gaps or energy gaps. The highest energy band occupied by the valence electrons is called valence band, and the next empty allowed band is called the conduction band. Now, the Fermi level. What is Fermi level? The highest energy level filled with electrons at absolute zero is called Fermi level, and the energy corresponding to the Fermi level is called the Fermi energy. Distinction between the metals, insulators, and semiconductors on the basis of band theory. First is metals. In metals, either the conduction band is partially filled or the valence and the conduction bands partly overlap. Here, Eg equal to 0. This makes available a large number of electrons for electron conduction. So metals have high conductivity or low resistivity. Second is insulators. What is insulator? Here the conduction band is empty and the valence band is filled. The forbidden energy gap is large. Eg is greater than 3 eV. Electrons cannot be excited from the valence band to the conduction band, even by applying a strong electric field. Therefore, no electric conduction is possible. Third is semiconductors. The empty conduction band is separated from the filled valence by a small energy gap. Eg is less than 3 eV. Some electrons of the valence band easily get thermally excited to the conduction band and can conduct electricity. So, semiconductors acquire small conductivity even at the room temperature. Intrinsic semiconductor. What is intrinsic semiconductor? The pure semiconductors in which the electrical conductivity is totally governed by the electrons excited from the valence band to the conduction band, and in which no impurity atoms are added to increase their conductivity are called intrinsic semiconductors, and their conductivity is called intrinsic conductivity. Electrical conduction in pure semiconductors occur by the means of electron-hole pairs. In an intrinsic semiconductor, Ne equal to Nh equal to Ni, where Ne is called the free electrons density in conduction band, Nh the hole density in valence band, or Ni the intrinsic carrier concentration. Now I am going to tell you about doping. What is doping? The process of deliberate addition of a desirable impurity to a pure semiconductor so as to increase its conductivity is called the doping. The, the impurity atoms added are called dopants. Dopants are of two types. First is pentavalent dopants such as AS, SB, and P. These are called donors. Second is trivalent dopants such as IN, B, and Al. These are called acceptors. Next is extrinsic semiconductor. Extrinsic semiconductor. A semiconductor doped with suitable impurity atoms so as to increase its conductivity is called an extrinsic semiconductor. Extrinsic semiconductors are of two types. First is N-type semiconductors and second is P-type semiconductors. Now I am going to tell you about N-type semiconductors. The pentavalent impurity atoms are called donors because they donate electrons to the host crystal, and the semiconductor doped with the donors is called N-type semiconductor. In N-type semiconductors, electrons are the majority charge carriers and holes are the minority charge carriers. Ne is equivalent to Np and greater than Nh. P-type semiconductors. The trivalent impurity atoms are called acceptors because they create holes which can accept electrons from the nearby bonds. A semiconductor doped with acceptor type impurities is called a p-type semiconductor. In p-type semiconductor, holes are the majority carriers and the electrons are the minority charge carriers. In any semiconductor, Ne into Nh equal to Ni square. Moreover, the material on the hole is electrically neutral. Holes. What are holes? The vacancy or absence of electrons in the bond of a covalently bonded crystal is called a hole. A hole serves a positive charge carrier. Mobility. What is mobility? The drift velocity acquired by a charge carrier in a unit electric field is called its electrical mobility and is denoted by mu. Mu equal to nu upon E. The mobility of an electron in the conduction band is greater than that of the hole in the valence band. Electrical conductivity of a semiconductor. Electrical conductivity of a semiconductor. If a potential difference V is applied across a conductor of length L and the area of cross section A, then the total current I through it is given by I equal to E into A under bracket Ne V equal to E into A under bracket Ne nu E plus Nh Vh, where Ne and Nh are the electrons and hole densities and V and Vh are their drift velocities. I equal to E into A, Ne Ve plus Nh Vh, where Ne is the I equal to E into A, Ne Ve plus Nh Vh, where Ne and Nh are the electron and hole densities, when Ve and Vh are their drift velocities. If mu E and mu H are the electrons and holes mobilities, then the conductivity of the semiconductor will be sigma equal to E under bracket Ne mu E plus Nh mu H. And the resistivity will be rho equal to 1 upon E under bracket Ne mu E plus Nh mu H. The conductivity of an intrinsic semiconductor increases exponentially with the temperature as sigma equal to sigma 0 exponential to power minus Eg upon 2 kBt. Now I am going to tell you about p-n junction. What is p-n junction? It is a single crystal of germanium or silicon doped in such a manner that one half portion of it acts as p-type semiconductor and the other half functions as n-type semiconductor. As soon as a p-n junction is formed, the holes from the p region diffuse into n region and electrons from n regions diffuse into p region. This results in the development of the potential barrier Vb across the junction, which opposes the further diffusion of electrons and holes through the junction. This small region in the vicinity of the junction, which is depleted the free charge carriers and has only immobile ions, is called the depletion layer. I am repeating once again the p-n junction. It is a single crystal of germanium or silicon doped in such a manner that one half portion of it acts as p-type semiconductor and other half functions as a n-type semiconductor. As soon as a p-n junction is formed, the holes from the p region diffuse into n region and the electrons from n region diffuse into p region. This results in the development of the potential barrier Vb across the junction, which opposes the further diffusion of electrons and holes through it. The small region in the vicinity of the junction, which is depleted of the free charge carriers and has only immobile ions, is called the depletion layer. Forward and reverse biasing of a p-n junction. If the positive terminal of a battery is connected to the p side, if the positive terminal of a battery is connected to the p side and the negative terminal of the battery is connected to the n side, then the p-n junction is said to be forward biased. Both the electrons and holes move towards the junction. A current called forward current flows across the junction. Thus, a p-n junction offers a low resistance when it is forward biased. If the positive terminal of a battery is connected to the n side, just opposite of the p-n junction, if the positive terminal of the battery is connected to the n side and negative terminal of the battery is connected to the p side, then the p-n junction is said to be reversed biased. The majority charge carriers move away from the junction. The potential barrier offers high resistance during the reverse bias. However, due to the minority charge carriers, a small current called reverse or leakage current flows in the opposite direction. Thus, a junction diode has almost a unidirectional flow of current. The forward bias current is large, milliampere, while the reverse bias current is small,